Oh man, I just got done watching some other dating videos, and I'm talking like the top most popular ones on YouTube. I just want to like shoot myself. It's like so awful. I'm trying to get down to the philosophical. We could say like, what are the core problems? Right? I think the core problem is that people are dating for different goals, right? And the big reveal that I've had to myself in the last couple of weeks as I've been talking about this dating stuff is looking back at my history too. I've dated some very, very, very hot women. Could have gotten married, didn't do it. Maybe I was mistaken because I'm happy the way the cards fell, so no regrets, right? Um, and one of the things I've noticed is that I think what men are looking for, besides sex, of course, sex, but like, sex might not even be number one. What men are looking for is a good-looking girl that they can show off to the world. Right? And this sounds shallow, but this is what a man. This is what makes a man feel good. Talk about feelings. Right? What makes a man feel good is that when his girlfriend is sweet but very hot and feminine, like dressing with legs and cleavage showing, long hair, and nice little pumps or whatever. Right? Maybe if she's really all you want, it's square top French nails, right? And silky, not, weird stuff, or not with the side of your head shaved, and this funny stuff. Silky, not a central part like a hippie's total turn on. Piercing and tats, total turn on. Right? Same thing as being a Democrat, being an activist Democrat, total turn on. Right? When a girl that's like, and some girl you can take out, and you know what? It's not fair to like, you can go to nice places, whatever. It isn't like the guy is going to see the go to Wendy's or something retarded. She puts out, right? So you got to take her to some nice place, whatever. And you yourself should want to go to a nice place, unless you're or something. Or it depends on the mood, right? Some people like dive bars, whatever. I don't particularly like. I like people watching, right? But I want to take that girl and have people look like. If the people aren't looking at her like, wow, she's huge. What is she doing with him? Then that's not the girl I want to date, right? And I did that for like two girls, like 7-year relationship each. It was awesome. It was a huge ego boost. It was awesome, right? And that's why I can't take beta girls seriously. Like here in Boston temporarily, it's like all the beta girls here. They're smart acting, power. It's like they have no idea that that's why they're single. And the real scary thing is the guys are so beat down in Boston. They marry these ugly chicks. It's just like, oh my god, how can you stand it for me? Like even I'm around. I won't even get into it, but that's why I talk about like Latino University. I don't know how Latin culture does it, but they've got the magic almost automatically. And even like not that attractive Latin girls, some Latin girls might have like whatever. They don't have the prettiest face. They might not have like big boobs, but they're somewhat. They might have a little junk in the trunk, but if they have nice style and they're cool and sweet, then they're totally attractive all of a sudden. Right? They totally. It seems like women. I don't know if it's television. I don't know if it's culture. I know there's a lot of like anti-white racism out there, a lot of like mythological oppression history being taught and brainwashed into people, like usury bankers, and this is evil stuff. I mean, it's making women undateable, and it's a huge problem because then we're not even getting to the point of like the wall and stuff where women get to an age where like their looks are just, starting to fade, yet their standards are still what they were when they were 18, right? They want higher standards. They've been manipulated by men or whatever men have done wrong or whatever whatever stuff they're thinking. And now they're older, so they want to be taken really, really expensive places while their stock is like way down. That's just like, we're not even getting into it. We're talking about like normal happening dating. What men want. But this thing that everybody thinks that men are just about sex. If you can get past that and put that in the drawer and forget about it, and think that what the guy wants is for you to look attractive in style and physically, and not be a freakazoid art house goon chick or a pierced tattooed freakazoid. Be a wholesome, has it going on, happening, successful, cool, but at the same time sexy, in a dress with pumps. Like, Rhonda Shear, whoever you want to say, right, can be a model for this kind of thing. And any Latin TV, don't watch Latin TV, like, go YouTube, type races, panicats, gatas, anything Brazilian bum, any of that stuff. any of these Latin comedy shows, and they'll show they have like it's not like TV. It seems like TV in America is like anti-male for like going back like I don't know 100 years, but like however many years TV been around, right? It's all anti-male. It's just crazy. These countries don't have that. They just have like spectacularly attractive women in short dresses just in the middle of the show, and it's not a big deal. It's like just it's accepted. Like that's normal. That's what happened to Beige look like, and I think that's almost like an educational video for women. And it's like, you know what? I'm not saying I dress like this when I go out either, right? If I go out, I'm going to have either a suit on or a nice, not that I'm Latin, Latin guy with like, 20 pairs of leather shoes, but, I have 5 pairs, right? So it's like not like, okay, don't say, okay, here's this guy and he's dressing in a t-shirt. He's really should be dressed like, cocktail pictures or something. It's like, at the same time, if you don't give that guy that, your guy's not going to be made to feel good. You're not making your guy feel good, you're making him feel bad. That means he's going to get rid of you, or he's going to put you in the category of, okay, I'll tolerate her until I get in the pants, and then I'll drop you. Right? And then women are always crying, why do I not get called back, and all this stuff. I'm sure there's like, there's some guys that are just like that. I don't get it, because I don't like, if I'm on a date with a girl, she's already hot, right? Because I don't even like bother. Some guys, I think, get desperate enough where they're like, they're just going to like go on a date just because they haven't had some in a couple weeks. They don't even care that they're not that attractive. They go, this one, they just want to get off. That's just being a savage, right? You're just a loser if you never do that. It's like, that's just weak sauce. And it's like, I've never had to do that. I don't understand that. The scariest part, the closest I ever came to something like that was I knew this girl who was overweight, and she was just kind of a friend in our group, right? But I didn't realize until later. I mean, I'm dating other girls at the same time, banging other girls, but she thought somehow we're dating, right? Just because I didn't tell her to F off all the time. And I just felt bad for her because she had like a weight loss surgery or something. And now I see why guys, like my actor friends, are like, why, who's that? Why are you bringing her to the party? And I'm like, oh, she's just some friend or whatever. But idiots think that, someone, girls around that you're sleeping with. That wasn't true. I was like dating 3-4 other girls at the same time, right? And not dating her at all. She was never a girlfriend. We never had sex. We never had even oral or hand job, nothing. So, and keep it light. We're not into perversion here or anything weird. Let's not send off any YouTube box. But what I'm trying to say is that it was amazing to see how my friend later, my one friend from Italy, would say, "Oh yeah, whatever, you were dating." I'm like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" And that's what I saw. That's when I realized why my actor friends were like that. Because people only see you once in a while, and if they see you around some girl, they're going to assume she's dating. Even if you're in a group of 7 people going to a club. They're gonna be like, oh, well, that's Gavin's friend. It's like, oh, no. So like, I think I even have some relatives are like, oh, well, that's what you're doing. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not. That wasn't my girl. And it's really funny because then the more you protest, right, and the more you're shocked that people would even see. I'm like, I expect people to see who I've dated, right? So like they know that I've dated someone spectacularly hot women, right? So when they kind of give me this slack, I'm shocked. I was like, what? Huh? Like, it was like my first experience. So then I learned, like, very early on that, like, going forward, like, I got to be more careful. Because I was just happy-go-lucky guy. You're out in L.A., you're relaxing, I never realized how, like, I don't know. I had never had that bite me in the ass before, so it was really funny to see that. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that, like, if you're a girl and you have all these, rules, girl, and this dating or whatever you got going on, and you're not going to make the guy feel good by being able to show you off a bit, right? You're doomed. But if you do, right, and I don't know, see, to me, it shouldn't be that hard for you to do it. But for some women, they're so programmed and they're trying to manipulate and oppress them that they're almost like they have like a data lock. Like they're stuck. They can't get out. They can't do it because the education or the mythology of oppression has brainwashed them with propaganda that by giving a man what you want, it's evil somehow. You see, when you realize this, if you give a man what you want and make him feel good, it's like it serves a bit of effort for you, but you're already doing. Most women already do effort. Most women wear makeup and stuff anyway. So why not just tweak that slightly, like 1 or 2 turns of the dial toward Latina University, and give the guy actually what he wants. And the hell with the hater, beta girl, ugly bitches, the smart acting ugly bitches don't like you for that. Like, fuck them. Tell them to fucking get with it. Girls, that's why you girls are single. That's why you're like breaking out the power tools. That's why you're on a dateable grenade. this wants to ruin everything. Right? Those are grenades. Don't take grenades seriously. They're bitter people. They're misprogrammed. They're propagandists. They need to be like put under like, you know how the mad scientist says that dome he puts on someone's head, and he like reprograms them, and then they're like his evil ally. Like, except I don't mean to be evil. I'm messing this up. I mean like it's the reverse. Like they're evil, right? They're like an evil servant of the Dark Lord, or the evil scientist. You put that dome on and restore like the good version of them that they started out with when they were like, high school or whatever. Maybe they got ganked or that. So, but the nice, sweet someone that was just cool and wants to have fun and isn't like all the super man hating and super anti-white racist and thinks white people killed everybody and all this bullshit that they come out with. Right? Get rid of all that. Everybody's different. Don't be putting people into buckets, right? Is it the white guy shouldn't be racist? Like I'm the white guy saying like, look, everybody else should be racist. Like, don't put everybody together. Like there's whatever. So I shouldn't get too much into the BS but like it all comes together. Right? Like I can't date any Democrat chick. The second they start off, I'm like eject, slam eject, fuck out. Can't handle it. It's too much BS. And TV and education nowadays encourages it, as does human resources BS. And this is like it's sickening. It's bar for it. So we need to like throw that stuff away. And I'm telling you, you make a guy feel good, and he'll feel great about giving you whatever you want. Then he might start think it's not a big deal taking you on a trip you want to go to, or whatever, the islands, or whatever little stuff you want to do. In the end, we have to give each other what we want. I guess what I'm trying to say. And you have all these, a lot of these other dating videos like be cutthroat, be a mystery, and it's like, oh, great. Well, that's. I don't think anybody's gonna put up with that, right? And maybe most of the programming is gonna fight me what I'm saying. Most women think in Boston, the Democrat types are just gonna hate this because they think it's like, I don't know, what do you call it, patriarchy or something, trying to program them into what it was in the past. I don't be like that. But you know what? It's like, put it this way, emotionally, the guy's going to feel great. You look very attractive and sexy, and you're out with him, because that shows that he has value. And sure, some people are going to say, oh, well, he must be paying her or something like that. They're just, the kooks are going to be kooks. The nightclub, the lounge lizards, that's always going to be there. The gym bros that are juiced to the gills, they're all, they're like the cutthroat people that are just like really kind of hate people. Right? They're not man haters, they're like man and women haters. They're just kind of like messed up people that hate everything. They hate anybody like is productive and has a job and builds well. Because they're just kind of like this stereotype losing, right? But forget those people and just think about like normal happening people that are laid back and cool. They might have a ton of money but aren't going to like, berate you about their Harvard degree and like esoteric butterfly nuclear science or something, right? No one cares. Right? You want to know fun stuff and like the thing I hate about Boston guys a lot. This is why my brother's right. I haven't known that. Boston guys are all about this moral high horse, almost like a cop. They think that everything they do is great for society, and the second you step outside what they think is like cool or like something, that's what they're kind of like Democrats at heart. Right? The second they think like you say something that like you disagree with them or like you think what they do is some common BS, they think, oh, you're an evil person, you're a racist, you're a sexist bigot, you kill all gays, you kill everybody. It's like, no, I don't. I think everybody should do whatever they want. I'm the liberal, right? I don't want to come back with them like you're the Democrat, you're the Soviet Empire. But anyway, I think it all comes down to that because I think everybody, whether they like it or not, it comes down to some kind of politics BS. That's what I think is really ruining women, making a lot of them really debatable. And what guys need to realize is you need to get out of places that are like majority Democrat. Go down like South, go to Miami, go to the beach in LA. I'm not talking about the city or Hollywood, the beach, like Hermosa Beach. And that's where like you can come across something successful, happening, margarita drinking, partying, kind of like, I don't want to say sorority girl, but the only stereotype I can think of that I've been into, even though I was never in frat girl, right? Sorority, like kind of a girl that's like cool, but like pro-Trump, right? And isn't afraid to wear sexy dress. It's like, yeah, that's right. Other bitches like, I look good. This is the guy I'm with him because he's cool and he's got a shit to do too. That's the key. This is going to unlock dating. And I'm telling you, it'll happen fast. stop the way you're dressing, you stop with the Democrat BS, you're amazed how all of a sudden you guys